Hello, this is Cullen with Tropical Mix, and above me I have my brother Brett with Tropical Mix, and also Gabe from Tropical Mix.
Hello there.
Today is January 1st, 2023, boys. It's a new year. Isn't that crazy?
New Year, probably same year.
Probably. Well, here's the thing. The last 3 years have felt like maybe 1 year. Would you agree?
I think you mean the last year has felt like 3 years.
I don't know. The last 3 years have kind of flown by to me.
I think last year felt long to me. It felt longer than the previous years.
All
But I
right.
think that's because like the previous years before that were more so like quarantined, where I think time passes more slowly when you're stuck at home. At least in my experience.
Sure. Well, today's episode topic is our gaming goals for 2023. What a better way to start the year than tell everyone our goals. But before we get into that, we would like to describe what we're currently playing. I'm going to start with Gabe.
This morning I was playing Death Stranding.
Death Stranding.
Yeah, since seeing the trailer for DS2 at the Game Awards, I got back into wanting to finish that because I put in probably 15 hours at launch when it came out, and then I think Jedi Fallen Order came out around that same time window, so I just kind of ditched Death Stranding to play that, and then I never went back. But that trailer at the Game Awards was like so cool. Visuals were awesome. Audio was really cool. Yes, so then I just started a new game, and that game is just so special. It is just kind of like a glorified courier simulator, but it's so chill. Outside of the
Wow.
wacky storyline, the insane dialogue, it's just relaxing game to play. I'm playing on easy, so I feel like they're more forgiving for not making the perfect deliveries. Like I can take more damage. Combat isn't as intense, but I can just like throw on a podcast or music, just make my deliveries. It's fun. And then I've been playing Persona 5 Royal 2. I'm about 60 hours in. It's my first playthrough. I'm still loving it.
So
Same.
good.
Yeah, same amount as it did when in like the first hour. No, I'm having like a good time gaming right now.
You know, what I really love about Death Stranding is it is very chill, but then all of a sudden you have to fight the... What are they called? The
BTs, there's
Yeah, the
mules,
BTs. The BTs. And then
the
that shit
terrorists.
is... The BT fights are so like... It's kind of like when you're fighting a Dark Souls boss, kind of, or, a Souls boss. Like, it's probably... I don't remember what... I think I'm playing on hard because Platinum Trophy. But,
Sure.
it's just so, like, exhausting and kind of makes your heart race when you're... and they just grab you and pull you into the ground, and it's
Yeah.
fucking annoying, but... yeah.
The BB's freaking
Yeah.
out.
And you gotta
You're
calm him
freaking
down.
out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shaking the crap out of it.
Yeah. Trying to shoot him with a fucking blood gun. Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. And yeah, Persona, of course, great time. 4 is even better than 5 in my opinion. Besides, obviously, the combat's a little different, but
Sure.
yeah. Brett, sorry. Go ahead.
I want to say I want to get in. I want to try 4 once it not try, but retry 4 once it comes out on Switch this year. But that's 5's already been a big time sink. I don't know if I'm ready for 4 yet.
That's fair. Brett, how far are you in your Persona? I know you've probably been played in a bit, but...
Played it in a bit, yeah. I'm still on the first fortress or castle. So I like what I've played of it. I just like it's...
Well, it's the first The first area or castle is like the longest and most annoying because you don't really have much freedom, like outside of the castle. So, and obviously you're weakest, and you only have like one or two companions with you. So after that, it opens up a little more, so it gets better. Anyway, Brett, what have you been playing?
Honestly, with how much I've been working lately, I haven't really played anything except for like Call of Duty. I'll throw some games on if I have like an hour maybe. Uh, I'll log into Fortnite every, thing, play a game or two, check out the shop, but I haven't really been playing much. But with 2023, I know last year I made the like ridiculous, I'm gonna beat 50 games. But I did like 24, 25 last year, and like I played a lot of like time heavy games. Like, I mean, like Elden Ring, I sent what 70 hours into that, and I still didn't beat it. And then I did what, three Yakuza games. So like, I don't know. I want to like I want to play more this year, but I want to be realistic about it. So I'm shooting for like 30, and I kind of made a schedule to give myself like some smaller games up leading up to like the new releases that I want to play. So like Fire Emblem comes out in 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks. I want to play that, but there's a few games I want to get done before that. So and these are small, but I want to call in. I think we should give this another try. No,
That game is garbage. I already
not
know.
at all. Not at
It
all.
wasn't even good in 2003.
We didn't know anything back then.
Well, we certainly didn't know Japanese.
The camera.
Huh?
What are you showing to the camera for?
Oh,
Audio
this is.
listeners.
Oh yeah. Audio listeners, I forgot about you. I'm sorry.
What a
This is
jerk.
Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22 for the PS1. It was released in 2003 after Budokai already came out for the PS2.
Hey man, 100
And
million PS1s.
and the whole game's in Japanese. So, yeah, I couldn't read shit as a kid. But I want to give it another try. And then also, I don't know how long this will take to beat or if it's even good, but I picked this up. Batman Gotham City Racer, based off the animated series. So, want to give that a try. And then the two games I actually do want to beat before Fire Emblem comes out are new Tales from the Borderlands.
Okay.
I love the first Tales from Borderlands, so I've heard kind of mixed things on this one, but whatever. I'll try it for myself. And then Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Again. Nice.
So those are my two games I'm planning on trying to be in the next 3 weeks before Fire Emblem comes out. So
Nice.
Brett, I want to get that at launch, but I'm trying to be smart because I know if I get that on Switch, I'm gonna have to drop
Persona.
Persona 5 most likely. So I think I'm gonna wait.
Or
But
finish
I feel like
Persona
those
5.
games, I want to finish that first. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, I told myself this year, like, I'm gonna set a budget for games. On like what I'm gonna spend. I'm gonna try to stick to that. So like, and it's hard because like March or up through March even, there's probably already like 8 games like I want to get, for sure. So, but yeah, I'm trying to schedule stuff. So I want to get those two done, get Fire Emblem done. Hope maybe before Dead Space comes out, which is like a week, so that's probably not fucking happening. But but yeah, I'm gonna try to commit to not playing as so many like open world huge games this year, because I think that was my problem last year. So
Yeah, so just get it kind of boring, like open world games, in my opinion. I mean, if you play them like back to back to back to back, whatever.
Yeah.
Just
yeah, I think if I would have done, I think the Yakuza's back to back, I would have probably hated it. But like, I would do one Yakuza and then play something else that's at least a bit different, open world wise. So,
yeah.
but we have a new Yakuza game in February, so
Yeah.
Like a dragon.
isn't it like end of the month though?
17th, our sister's birthday.
Middle of the month. I'll take it.
Well, on that note, I just pre-ordered that because I already have the Japanese version, and I've played maybe a fourth or half of the story. Basically, there's a guide, and you can use that. But with the shout out Google, the power of the Google Pixel in its live instant translations, I can literally just like put my phone up to the screen if I need to read something like for the story or a side mission, and it'll instantly translate the text to English. This is not sponsored. I'm just saying that's amazing and much faster than reading a guide and having to find like the sub story you're in. So,
But Google, if you want to sponsor us.
yeah, we're not opposed. I mean, Google Pixel fan right here. Anyway, so yeah, I did pre-order that because I already know I'm gonna love it. Like I said, I played about half, so that's cool. But right now, I've been playing Gravity Rush Remastered per Gabe's request. Unfortunately, I have one more story mission, so I didn't beat it by the end of the year. Big rip, but
it's okay. At least you tried. At least you tried.
I did. I could have beat it, but I've been so entwined with Shining Force 3 on my Sega Saturn emulator, and also Advance Wars. And also, I've been trying to finish the platinum for Virtua Tennis 4 on my Vita, so that's kind of the four things I've been playing. So, if you don't know what Shining Force is, it's basically a strategy RPG like Fire Emblem. It was basically popular on the Sega Genesis, Mega Drive, and then there were... Shining Force 3 got 3 scenarios, is what they call it, on the Saturn. But only the first one came out in America. There are fan translations for 2 and 3, so once I finish 1, I'm going to go on to 2 and 3. But there's no permadeath in this game, so if you lose, someone in your force, is what they call it, then you can just go to the church and pay gold to revive them. Fucking churches. This is why people didn't like churches in the 1800s. You had to pay them to revive your teammates. Yeah. But other than that, it's kind of very similar. You got your horsemen, your dudes with bows, I got like an eagle that flies. He can move, and he can, if you're over water, you can fly over the water and get around to an enemy. You can promote them when they're level 10, and they get stronger. The cool thing I like about Shining Force also is that there are very few counterattacks like in Fire Emblem. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brett. It's been a while since I played, but let's say I attack somebody with my main character. They attack back every single time, unless I kill them?
Yes, unless it's you have a sword and you go up to like a archer.
Mm. Yeah, because then you're...
But generally, yes, they are able to counterattack every time.
Yeah. So this game, enemies can counter or you can counter, but it's very rare. It's like a special ability or whatever. Not a special ability. It's like a percent-based thing or whatever.
A critical hit would be in
Pokemon. Yeah. And there's also critical hits, and also what I like, in Pokemon or Persona, you have, let's say you want to use a healing move, and you learn the next evolution of the healing move. I don't know, I guess it's not really in Pokemon, but in Persona, if you have Dia and you want to get the medium heal, you have to probably get rid of the first heal, right? In Shining Force, you can use either heal 1 or heal 2, and they have different obviously they do different amounts of heal and they take more magic points, but if you only need 10 health, then you can just use the smaller one versus wasting the extra points to heal you that you don't even need, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So honestly, at the rate it's going, I think by the time I finish all 3 scenarios, it might be in my top 10 games ever.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. And the story's actually good. It has, the Nintendo 64, PS1 kind of graphics because it's the same generation as Sega Saturn. But it's kind of a charm to it. It has good animations, good story, good characters. So, yeah, I'm excited to see where that goes. And then... Oh, sorry.
Sorry, no.
No, you go.
how did you find yourself like getting into that game?
Well, actually, I've always liked Shining Force since I played it like when I was like a teenager on a Sega Genesis collection. I don't remember which one I did first. Maybe a PS2 or PS3 one, but I never had a Saturn. The games are super expensive for no reason. Well, I mean, there's a good reason, but like if I was to buy Shining Force, the physical copy of Shining Force 3, it's like $600 or something ridiculous.
That's
But I'm actually looking to buy a Saturn now, potentially, when I have a little extra money to justify it, and then just playing through some old games that I haven't played yet. But my new M1 MacBook Pro can run the Saturn emulator like perfectly, and I remember for the longest time like no PCs or emulators could handle the Saturn, so it's kind of the perfect time to jump into it, I thought. Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So let's start with Brett now. What are I know you just said a couple goals to finish some few games before Fire Emblem, but what are some of your goals for the whole year besides those things you said?
So my main ones, um, well, like my number one is I want to get our YouTube up to 100 subscribers. And I think a big part of that is just like releasing content at a more like steady pace. Um, so like I want to get like a schedule down, like where I do like the Ratchet Legacy series, where I also want to finish that by the end of the year, which I think is very doable. It's just I need to sit down and actually, do it.
And
So, but
what you mean by that is every single game?
every single game. No, I want to finish Tools of
Hey
Destruction by
man,
the end of the year,
that would be tough.
even though we're already like halfway done with it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I want to do every game in the series by the end of the year. Um, I want to do video reviews for like all the big releases that I'm gonna get this year. So like Fire Emblem, Dead Space, um, like a Dragon, Jedi Survivor, that kind of stuff. And part of that is I want to have like gameplay for it. So like, I mean, I'm still like I got to work out some of the kinks and stuff, but like I think what I'll do for like the Xbox games is I'll just stream on Twitch for them, and then like obviously I can just take the gameplay from that and do reviews for those. But I want to do that. I want to start streaming more again. So I think I'm going to try to do that twice a week and hold myself to that. One of my buddies just did a stream every day for the last year for all of 2022. So I don't think I can do that because like he traveled too and he had to have like a traveling setup. So, um, but yeah, that's kind of the goals I've got.
All right. Gabe, you can go next.
Yeah, no. Can we talk
Yeah,
more about Brett's goals?
of course.
Sure. Cullen, your audio got quieter for me since you
Oh,
last talked.
yeah. Sorry, I turned it down.
Oh, okay.
Turn down for what?
I think those are all like great goals, Brett.
Thank you.
Because they're like centered towards this channel, but also like you personally, like wanting to like branch out more to stream, maybe like improve like your skills of
Yep.
writing reviews, maybe recording them. But I'm also down to help you with that too, if you don't want to do that. No, that's great. I mean, you mentioned earlier wanting to make a budget for games, which I commend you for doing this year, which is going to be the best year for games.
Dude, yeah, it's
yeah, good for you, man.
Thank you.
Sorry, if it seemed like I didn't care, it's just because I already kind of know some of his plans because we live together, obviously. So.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I can go next. So that my first one, Cullen alluded to this earlier about me requesting for him to play Gravity Rush. Because we have some of us have made a deal offline, just basically like requesting each other to play games that we like that we know that each other have not played. I suggested Gravity Rush for him because I know he likes Sony first party games. He hadn't finished it before, and he requested I play Jack 1, which I do like Jack. I've played like tons of 3D platformers. I prefer 3D over 2D, but I didn't get around to finishing it last year. So I'd like to finish it this year, and from what you've told me, I could probably finish it in like 1 or 2 sit downs if I just kind of like mainline it. Because I feel like as someone who appreciates games, I should play Jack, just because it is such a like important moment in like 3D platformers, and so that's one goal. Another goal is to review more games for my freelance work. I did 2 last year, so it'd be great if I could like double that, at least 4.
Twice the pride, double the reviews.
Yes. Your new review. I want to play more Kirby games. Because I've realized like recently the Kirby franchise is like made for me. Because I love the color pink, and I love some 2D platformers, but Kirby's kind of like an easier one. Like it's like not as punishing as like Mario, because Kirby has health bars.
Yeah.
And I played the demo of Forgotten Land last year, and I really liked it. And I do want to play the full game because I heard it's just so good. And then my last one is to play at least 2 big games at launch. And that's kind of like tied to Brett's idea of wanting to budget for games this year, because I tried to do that this last year, and I think I did better than I had done in past years, where I've only spent money on games I knew I was going to play through, not just games because I wanted to like be a part of the hype at launch. And I think one of the games I want to buy at launch for sure is Spider-Man 2, and the other one I don't know yet. Maybe
Tears of the Kingdom.
I gotta finish the first one first. If not that, then Final Fantasy 7.
Is that coming out this year?
Rebirth.
I know. They said like
winter 20, or I think they said next winter. Which was announced last year.
Yeah, which could be the end of this year, could be early next year too. So we don't really know. Yeah, I think that's one of those games where like I'd rather play it on Xbox, but at this point I don't think it's coming, or if it does, it's gonna be after like all 3 parts are already out. So I think I'm just gonna.
Microsoft did say in their lawsuit that it's not coming.
No, I know.
So
at this point, I'm probably just gonna buy that and
maybe free upgrade.
Get it on.
Yes.
PS5.
Yeah, I mean you can get the PS4 version for $20, and then get the free upgrade.
For Kirby, Gabe, have you played any like Kirby games?
Never played one like all the way through. I've just played bits and parts of the ones on Game Boy and 64, Game Boy Advance, Wii. I haven't played the GameCube ones or one.
The racing one.
Yeah.
Kirby Air Ride. See, that's like something I've wanted to get into, because like I've never been big into Kirby except for like 64. which I really liked, but I still never beat that game either.
Because we rented it.
True. But that and like the Wii one was always not Epic Yarn, but Return to Dreamland always looked good. But I never justified buying it because it was always $50, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm debating on if I want to get the remaster for the Switch. Like if I want that like I want to play it, but like do I want to play it enough to where I want to factor it into the budget where I buy that over something that may potentially get announced later that I want? So, do you know, Gabe, is 64 part of the expansion pass? Is it on there already?
I think it is.
No.
But isn't it on the Wii U anyway?
That's a good question.
It was on the Wii.
64 is on the expansion
Yeah,
pass.
okay.
Because I was going to sub to the expansion pass once Stadium gets on there, because then we don't have to hook our 64 up to do that or play on the emulator. But
Yeah, that was a good video though. I just watched it again yesterday. Yeah, well, by the way, guys, we should do a Pokemon Stadium minigame tournament, all four of us, one of these days, semi-soon.
Not for that.
Probably when it's on the Switch, yeah.
Can we do trivia as well?
Yes.
fuck yeah.
We tried it on the emulator, but like the button didn't work or something, so we couldn't
That
do
was weird.
emulators. Gabe, also, for Jack and Daxter, Brad, have you finished that? How much have you played of Jack 1?
Like half, I think.
Yeah, I think honestly, I put it in my probably top 3 3D platformers. I think I said that, but it's really cool. There's no loading screens. I talked about that before. And it's so simple but so fun. The music, you just vibe with the music. So, and then Jack 2 and 3 are just completely different, but still really fun. So, great series.
Playing through the first one for a little bit made me appreciate how far games have come with like accessibility. So I went to like turn on captions immediately. Like they're not in the game.
Oh no, you have to press square or triangle during a cutscene or something.
What?
Yeah, something weird.
Well, still.
Yeah.
Look how far games have come.
Yeah. Well, actually, remember we did the NBA Showtime on Dreamcast, Brett? And Nate went into the settings, and the only thing in there was difficulty. That was the only setting. So, like, yeah.
Now there's like tons of sliders in those games.
Yeah. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah. And yeah, Kirby. I've never really gotten to Kirby, but like looking back on how much we liked the 64 one, I think I would probably like Kirby more than Mario, to be honest, if I like played through them. Like, what I really like about platformers is there's so many. Everyone thinks it's just like, oh, all the platformers are the same. There's so many different ways you can do a platformer. There's the Kirby way, the Mario way, the Sonic way, super fast. There's Earthworm Jim. There's so many different things you can do with it. Even back in the early 90s, there were so many different ones. Marco has a football or a soccer ball who can, come back to you, and some dudes can eat it with their mouths. It's kind of weird, but Marco, man. Yeah. So, platformers, great stuff. We need more 2D and 3D platformers, I think.
I agree. Yeah.
And then you also said you wanted to make some more reviews, but you do reviews for something else besides this. But yeah. So yeah, I commend both of you guys for wanting to do that. I have also wanted to make some reviews. Like I wrote a Sleeping Dogs one, but I have all the clips and I have like my ideas, but it's kind of hard to actually like put it together into a cohesive video and then record your voiceover over it. So I commend everyone on YouTube and other websites who actually do that, because it is kind of hard actually. For Tropical Mix, I think for me, I would like us to do more spoiler casts. I think
that was a good idea. That we did one.
Well, you guys did one, yeah. and I think that was
Well,
it.
I think
Maybe
what did we do
two.
it for? Rift Apart,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then I think Gabe and I recorded a Legends Arceus one, and then wasn't like the audio fucked up or something.
I
I'll
We
don't
t-
never
remember.
I'll take a
we never
look.
we never released it. So
I'll take a
yeah,
look and see. Maybe I could fix it. I don't know.
I think
But
that was when we were still like trying to like figure out all the
yeah, the audio
setting stuff,
stuff.
especially with working on a Mac. I have no experience working on a
Yeah.
Mac, so
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I mean, I did mention this in our private chat, but to see how far we've come from our first, tropical cast to like where we are now,
mhm.
both video and audio wise, and just how we talk and present ourselves. We've definitely come a long way in just a year and a month. So yeah, very good stuff. But yeah, I do want to do more tropical, or what are they called? What shit? I just forgot the name. Spoiler casts.
Yeah.
Especially there's definitely a few games this year I think all of us are gonna play at some point. Um, so maybe like when me and Brett finish like a Dragon, Ishin, maybe we could do one of those. And put some video clips with it too. That would be pretty cool. But for me, I'm still gonna platinum some games, but I'm kind of gotten away from that the last like 6 months. So I'm not gonna like platinum a game that I don't want to play anymore. Like over the years, I've done so many games just for the platinum, and it's not really worth it. So I'm gonna do Gravity Rush because that's easy. You just have to finish all like the challenges and beat the story, and that's most of the trophies right there. So if it's a game I enjoy, I'll do it. I'm gonna try and get like 15 this year. That's only like one every month and a half. But, one or two a month. And if I miss a month, I can still do two easier games, maybe whatever. But I think most importantly, I want to just play older games that I have never played before. So I bought a bunch of classic games on Steam and GOG over the past 2 weeks. Like Rayman 2 I've never played, but apparently that's one of the best 3D platformers ever. Shining Force 3 I haven't played. Advance Wars I haven't played. So
we still have a bunch of stuff we need to get on the Wii U before they
yeah.
shut that down.
Yeah, a bunch of GBA games. How many GBA games do we have? Like 5 total, 6.
Growing up,
Yeah,
it was basically Pokemon and Legacy of Goku and
Nice.
the
Yu-Gi-Oh?
occasional Yu-Gi-Oh game. Yeah,
and I had that Mario Pinball Land, but yeah, that's all. Like we barely bought any games growing up for the GBA or the N64. GameCube, PS2 is when we started to get more stuff, but. So there's a lot of games we want to buy in the Wii U eShop, GBA wise, before they get shut down. Or we just buy them on a Switch if they were on a Switch, but Nintendo doesn't like money apparently. So yeah, it's kind of what I'm trying to do. Just play some older games that, like I go on Reddit and see people like, "Oh, this game is a masterpiece," and I'm like, "Never even tried it." Was a good example of that is Sleeping Dogs I just played. That was 10 years old last year. So I finally got around to it, and I wish I had played it earlier because it was actually really good. So
you know what other game meets that same criteria you just described?
no.
Path of Radiance.
Actually, I was going to say that since Brett challenged me to play Path of Radiance, like Gabe challenged me to play Gravity Rush, that is on my list to play. Actually, I think I'll have a better comparison between that and like Shining Force after I beat Shining Force. Maybe I'll do Fire Emblem. So yeah.
You have a Steam Deck, right?
No, I sold it.
Oh, you sold. Okay.
It's huge. Like it's like
So
this
big.
big. Like it's just I like the Vita is the perfect size for me. The Switch I can handle, but like it's still like I don't want to hold something this big, and for like hours on end. So
Switch Lite would be like perfect for you because that thing was
yeah,
super
Like,
lightweight and small enough to where like it didn't bother me.
Yeah, I just wish there were more games I wanted to play on the Switch. There's a couple for sure, but yeah.
And now you have all those Xbox games you can play.
I have a lot of other games I want to play first. Yeah. But yeah.
I brought up the Steam Deck because I think if you do want to play more retro games, it'd be worth investing into like a dedicated handheld that you can play them on.
Yeah.
To maybe like replicate that experience of playing them on a Game Boy or Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, I've been playing Advance Wars on my PS Vita because I have the
Nice.
Basically, any game up to like the N64 you can play on there. So, well, not the Saturn, but yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, any Game Boy games, or that's also what I've been playing SNK versus Capcom Card Fighter Clash on.
Yeah.
Because that's also a handheld game, so it works really well on the PS Vita with the long battery life and the OLED screen. Yeah, very nice.
We love an OLED screen.
Yeah. Gabe wants the Tears of the Kingdom OLED kind of.
Ugh, I shouldn't.
Yeah.
You'll do it, and then they'll announce the Pro in like 6 months.
Yep. Yeah, Nintendo. Well, I mean, that's kind of it for our goals, I guess. Anyone have anything they want to add?
I do think so. Like, if we do these every week, like, okay, let's be realistic. We're not all available every week. I think it would be kind of cool if we like incorporated guests. You know, I mean, like, obviously it doesn't have to be people we don't know, but like, I don't know. Let's say Gabe, you weren't available, or Cullen, you weren't available, but like Nate and I were, and like we wanted to talk about like Gears of War. We have a high school friend named Avi who loves Gears of War, you know, or Tony's huge into games too. He's been playing, I saw him last night, he's been playing a lot of like Apex and what was he playing? I don't remember the other one, but so you know, like we know a lot of people that are into this stuff. So
yeah, I mean, I don't think any of us are opposed. It's just we haven't needed it yet, really. So. Yeah. Well, anything else we want to talk about today? Oh, we should mention. Gabe was the winner of our fantasy games draft by like 4 points, I think, over me.
I thought you said you were.
Nope, you ended up winning by like 4 points.
What do I win?
You made the league, you tell us.
Bragging rights, I guess.
Yeah. Well, hey, my basketball team won our division championship last week, and we didn't win anything either, so... Yeah.
Lame. I want money.
Yeah. Maybe this year we could all bet $20 or something.
We're down for that.
this year's gonna be so stacked that like, dude, it could literally be anyone's fucking game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna choose Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake this year.
Third time's the charm, right?
Nobody picked it last year.
You didn't pick it last year?
Nope. I knew that shit wasn't coming out.
Is that the year before that you picked it?
Well, Brett picked it.
Oh.
I didn't pick my games that year. So Nate won the first year?
Yes, I think.
Yeah. Did. Yeah.
That means it's me or Brett's turn to win.
Theoretically.
Or Nice Cat Studios will just win again. We'll see.
We will. Hey,
I think I gotta change my name, I think is the problem.
yeah. You know, Brett, you almost caught up, even though not half, but a decent chunk of your games got delayed.
For real.
But, them big hitters, Uncharted, what else you get? I don't remember.
I'm gonna pull it up right now. But yeah, Uncharted was a good pick, I feel like.
Yeah, I was going to pick that, but you beat me to it by one pick.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a draft for this year soon.
We were going to try and do it today, but Nathan's not available and want everyone to pick their own picks.
I think we should try to commit to it next week because,
yeah.
I mean, Fire Emblem and Dead Space both launched this month, so.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else was this? Oh, shit. Return to Monkey Island got me a lot of points. And Xenoblade 3.
Good pick.
How much did you guys win by? Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have caught up even if I got points for multiverses.
Yeah, it was a good year. Nate was lagging behind, but that was that Forspoken pick. Or what was that Forspoken? Or what game did he pick that got like 56?
Babylon's Fall got 43.2.
Yeah, so that's minus 30.
16.7.
Yeah. Which
basically meant his God of War, which was 26 points,
it's only
basically
10.
only worth 10.
Yeah.
And then Callistico Protocol was under a 70 also.
Wow.
Did he pick that?
Yeah. I mean, he only lost a point, 1.8 for that, but
yeah, that'll do it. 43.
And technically he had 4 spots he could have filled, so.
Remember, too many games this year to pick up. I think all three of us picked up a couple, but yeah, wasn't too much this year. But
well, it was pretty much like last year was pretty much like Elden Ring and God of War were the two, you shoot for, right? Those two are going 1 and 2. Because next year, there's 6 or 7 games that could all easily be 90s right off the bat. So
Be such a good year. Let's go.
We've been waiting a while for a good year.
Right.
I think 2017 was maybe the last year this stacked, I think.
Yeah.
2017 had Persona 5, Neo in the first 3 months. That was pretty big. I can't recall what else, but
Zelda,
yeah. That was also in March. Horizon was in February, yeah.
Odyssey was that year.
Yeah, it was a big year.
What a good year. My gosh.
Crazy. Well, alright. Well, yeah, we're going to wrap it up here. There's not much more to talk about, but thank you for listening and or watching. Remember, if you're watching, we're on your favorite podcast platform also. Or if you're listening, there's a video version on YouTube as well. But be on the lookout for our draft, hopefully next week, but very soon either way. And Brett, what do you have to say before we go?
Play more smaller games. Don't play just open worlds. You won't beat very many of them.
Very true. And Gabe?
I love you all. Cheers to 2023.
All right. Well, I agree. And thank you for watching, listening, and we will see you next time.